He steps into the cage with a height of 5 feet 6 inches. His weight, 158 pounds. Training with highest and MMA and fighting out of Dalton, Georgia. They call him the Plan. This is Daniel Gonzalez. And his opponent, across the cage and fighting out of the Knoxville Mortgage Brokers red corner. He steps into the cage at a height of 5 feet 8 inches. His weight, 160 pounds. He's training with Agoge Combatives and he fights out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. His name is Briven Sullivan.
Woo. Lance Green setting the stage.
Yeah, I'm liking him. He's doing great. I really like Lance.
All right, guys, what's the over-under on this going over a minute or not?
I mean, it's got to, right? What are we going to do? Get another 10-second finish?
No, Briven likes to take his time a little bit. If you don't remember, they did have a very, very long tag team.
No, I do remember. There was
not
like
forget about that. I know Briven wants to forget about it, but I'm not going to.
I think Briven started rolling around.
Yeah.
He
was getting really bored. Yeah, he was getting really bored.
Yes, well.
I actually am familiar with Briven. I have seen him fight. I believe his last fight was a big knockout win, if I'm not mistaken.
In this arena, and it really kind of put him on the map as far as title aspirations at 145.
And, you know, I was under the impression that his next fight was going to be against Joseph Ishma, and that's not the case.
Well, no.
Beautiful single leg.
You're talking about the champ now. Joseph is the champion at 145, and maybe that's on the horizon, but
I hope so.
Briven's got his hands full with the Plan.
Shoots on a guillotine.
Spider-Man versus the Plan from Highest Stand. I had to get that in.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, thank you.
That was good.
He lets go of it.
And for Daniel, you know, a late switch up in an opponent, a late switch up in contest format, and it's just been kind of tough sledding for him here in Aries. He's been fighting top-level competition in mixed martial arts.
His last fight, if I'm not mistaken, was Justin Jamar.
And the fight before that, Craig French. Those are two brutal butt fights back-to-back. So I know he definitely wants to get on the right side of this one, but Briven's got other plans.
Again, we've got one 10-minute round. You can only win by submission or TKO.
Great outside sweep from Briven here. Daniel going for the guillotine, but it's really hard when you're against a cage like that to really make much happen.
We are a minute in, gentlemen.
Hey, we did it. Hey, welcome. Welcome to the 8-minute mark. Daniel doing really good on trapping Briven's right arm, and then Briven trying to step over and isolate that arm.
Oh, that slap echoing. You know, the crowd gets a little subdued in these combat, the jiu-jitsu contests.
Daniel returning a few off of his back.
Like I said, Briven's striking power at that weight is absolutely insane. You know, we saw him at 145. He's put on a little weight, going back to 160, and there is no softness in that weight. This is absolute strength, and he is a power striker.
And just a reminder, these guys are only allowed to open hand punch on the ground.
Yes.
Or open hand strike on the ground, not on the feet.
Yeah,
correct.
The first time I saw one of these, I thought it was just a grappling match. I didn't know about the striking element, and I thought one of the fighters lost their mind and just started throwing strikes, and it was quite a shock for me. But it's really a great format, and it just goes to show you, you know, this is a co-promotion card, but Aries, when you come out to these shows here in Tennessee, between this, the tag team jiu-jitsu, you never know what you're going to see.
Man.
Like, look at that. Briven landing a powerful slap with the left.
Big slaps on top.
And, you know, some of my favorite matches in quite some time have been these combat jiu-jitsu matches. Think about Ryan Aiken winning the combat jiu-jitsu worlds, not throwing a single slap. Wow. Think about Chance Rough Ride Gildebride doing an amazing job in his combat, and he developed a technique that no one had seen before, and I'm surprised we haven't seen Briven kind of mimic some of Chance's technique that he has, because it is something that we do practice in the gym quite a bit. But Chance just pioneering how a lot of those strikes were thrown, making them kind of controversial, but within the rule set. And I'm excited to see how Briven plans here and what he executes on the side mount.
Jesse, we're seeing the belly slaps there.
Yeah.
That's a little inflammatory. How would you respond? You get
Yeah,
the opponent
Briven
doing
taking
that
the back
That's
here.
interesting.
He's a little high, but he's still in a good spot here.
Daniel has managed to get to a top position a couple times, but Briven's been quick to
Yep.
do just
it's
enough.
Briven setting up a good triangle here.
Let's see if he can get that left foot underneath the shin. Or I'm sorry, underneath the knee here.
Daniel trying to do enough to escape the potential triangle submission.
Flattening out, which is a good idea immediately, but Daniel's going to want to make some different decisions here. This is where we've seen Chance Gildebride be very, very technical too, is in this triangle and hitting the palms here. So I'm interested to see if Briven's going to be doing the same.
It's getting uncomfortable.
It's tight, and he's got a good angle on it too.
Maybe if he can underhook that leg, he might be able to get it a little tighter.
Yeah. And I could see Briven going for this arm to set up an arm bar with the triangle. It's a pretty good technique for Briven.
Or if, you know, what if he started throwing strikes here off of his back too? Could he possibly get a TKO there?
And that's what Chance Gildebride has had success in this position, doing the same thing.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Well, fans at home on Spectation Sports, if you're enjoying all of the insights here that Jesse and Houston are giving us, this is a hell of a technical contest that we're seeing right now.
Ooh, that is tight there. Daniel is a tough guy.
There he goes, underhooking the leg. That's going to make it tighter.
Yeah, Daniel's starting to turn a little
Oh, and
bit
this is
red.
where it's going to get dangerous. Briven is going to be throwing strikes, looking to throw strikes at this position if he can balance himself.
The official's taking a long, hard look at this one.
Referee giving a warning to Daniel Gonzalez.
Briven has him locked in there tight, and Briven is strong.
No quit in Daniel Gonzalez. He finds himself in a very difficult position right now.
Oh, he's looking to almost out of this. No, he's still in it.
Yeah, it's...
And Briven being really smart, getting this position before he starts throwing these strikes in. And he's setting up for armbar, and that is it.
Wow.
Beautiful submission.
Daniel gave it a hell of an effort there, lasted a long time.
With
In a
4
bad
minutes and 30
spot.
seconds left on the clock, Briven takes the W with an armbar.
Transition from the triangle choke to the armbar. Gets the finish here.
High-level stuff from Briven Sullivan.
I'm a fan of this kid. I like watching him compete.
In this building, he's a hell of a problem for anybody to go in there with. He's had a long stretch, I want to say here.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's tasted defeat in any of these.
Not yet.
At least not that I've
Not
seen.
yet. And we see Briven here being really patient with that triangle, just kind of seeing where Daniel's going to come with it, and then he sets that up. Great armbar.
Immediately gets the tap. Beautiful work.
Known for knockout power, but he's out here showing the skills in combat Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Briven Sullivan, winner via armbar. We will be taking a short intermission, but we're going to throw this one to Lance Green to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, 5 minutes and 24 seconds into the round. Your referee, Chris Bond, has brought a stop to this fight. Your winner, by way of tap out due to armbar out of the red corner, Briven Sullivan!
Big man Briven Sullivan with another W. I teach kids class with Briven on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's a lot of fun. He's a fun guy.
Get down there to Agogi and check out that class
Come
if
on,
you're a
come to the
kid on
kids' class.
Spectation
Come
Sports
on.
checking it out.
Come on.
Fans, we are going to take a brief intermission, but we want to give you a chance to watch the fight from Aries Amped, where Josh Booker captured the middleweight championship. It is Josh